Thursday recap. So going into the day, um, we've been just bearish overall. We filled this gap in and we rejected down lower. We swept out these lows, but now we're in this range where we're still kind of like in this gap, and I'm just expecting shorts basically. Eventually to this low and this low, but we'll see. We're still kind of in a range, but yeah. So going into the day, I took two entries, and then there was a third entry that was promising, but I didn't get entry on. But I still want to go over it because it's pretty clean. Um, so yeah, going into the day, right? Bearish, 9:30, we instantly sell off and we take out these Asia lows by 0.25 points. And when we take out like a liquidity pool like that, like by 0.25 points, not only do we usually go further down and like sweep it like thoroughly, I guess, but like also, we had stack lows below it too. If you can see on the 15-minute, we had these lows right here that look nice inside of this gap. So, I still want to lower after we, you know, initially sold off right there. Um, yeah. So we put in an SMT at this high, and then we got, this initial like change in the state. We respected it, and then we started following through down. We inverse these gaps right here, these two big gaps, and at that point, it's like, so I'm sold that we are going to these lows. So what I waited for was after those gaps are inverse, since it was like inverse all the way down here, I waited for a retrace to this 1 minute. I put my stops at the body close right there, or the opening price of that candle rather, and I ended up taking it down only to here. Reason being is I didn't like how we were moving. And looking back at it, we moved pretty clean actually, and I probably should have held to my target down here because that would have passed my count. But I think it was because it got so close to my stop loss, and like looking back at it, like it wasn't a bad trade necessarily, but um I don't know, maybe like I was thinking like I probably should have held at this wick or something, which probably should have. But when we got this right here, after we got close to my stop loss and then we flipped like this, another flip, I added on to my position. So it got filled down a little bit lower, but I moved my stop to this wick because we shouldn't come back to that. And yeah, I took my profits down here. So it was a little over 1 hour still. Still a decent trade. But yeah, looking hindsight, I should have definitely held because it was just a clear draw. And yeah. After we hit that gap, I got off. Um, but then I hopped back on just cause. And we got like as soon as we hit that gap right on ES, we hit it. We instantly got a flip like this. We also took out this low. We swept it right, and then we swept that low, and then we got a flip like that. And then we retraced right here, got another flip up. So Lydia, I'm just following the trend. We got another flip right here. The better flip was on ES. ES was the more bullish pair the whole entire time. Looking back at it, I should have entered on this ES long, but I just didn't like it because it didn't completely inverse it. But like, look at that fucking candle, bro. We completely invalidated all those gaps. Should have entered there. Yeah, I TP were these highs. Didn't enter on that. What I ended up doing was entering on the retrace into these gaps. Stop loss was at the bottom of that for value gap because it should support us. And yeah, it like after this like straight up Diddy, right? So I entered right here and then I also added again, move my stop to this wick. Um and which has been working for me, and I do like doing that add-on position because I can get in with almost all of my size and then enter like all of my size and maybe a little bit more too, and also decreasing my risk at the same time when I'm doing that. So a lot of upsides. But after this Diddy candle, right, we got a reverse Diddy candle. Um, and honestly, I should have gone break even right there. But I didn't because I was very confident this was gonna play out. You know, we had the 5 minute gap. We had clear highs up here that I wanted to take. Um, but yeah, I didn't go break even because then we got this candle right there, and then as soon as we went back down, I ended up taking out for like a $200 loss, which is like right here or something. So not mad at that. Should have gone break even. Yeah, I probably should have. Especially after that candle. But yeah, because honestly, what I was expecting was this to be a fair value gap, and if I had my stop loss right here, which is yeah my entry like break even, it wouldn't have held like the whole entire gap wouldn't have been there. So I didn't want to go break even because I think that that would hold. We end up invalidating it and just not making one, but is what it is. Really, what happened was like we should have hit that. We did eventually hit it, but we just happened to chop at that time, and that's unfortunate, but it's whatever. Um. Recording something for class. Now you're good. Um, but yeah, so later in the day, I hopped on just because like it was the last day of the week and I kind of just wanted to get past this eval. Um, and we were trading clean all day, you know? So I got on after this flip, like right here, so like almost three. We put in an SMT at these highs. If I go on the higher time frame, right? And then we got a 15-minute inverse right there. And I was like sold on this shit going lower, right? We had a 5 minute gap up here, and all I wanted to do was for us to manipulate and then just get some sort of flip, and I would enter on that. But we ended up just chopping right here and then just going straight down. What was I saying? The only other good entry would have been like this flip right here, because yes, we did tap into the 15 minute or whatever, but after like it's just clean, right? We get the SMT, we wait for us to like inverse, we inverse everything right here. We pull back to the change in the state, we respect it, and then we get a flip out of it. After this flip, we should not go to these highs and lows are clear target. That would have been the trade if I was on earlier, but yeah. Also, I forgot to mention that we were in an hourly gap for the like in the morning. We were in this right here, but just because I was so confident on the model playing out that like shorts playing out that I didn't really care about that. And yeah, sometimes like it like it's never gonna be like absolutely fucking perfect. There's always gonna be something that could possibly stop you, but it's just adding on the confluences to your direction versus the other ones, basically. So yeah, so two trades I executed on. One was a win, like almost 1K. The other one was a small loss, should have been a break even, and the other one was just late getting on the charts. It's extra, you know, it's PM, so I don't really care about that. Um, but could have taken that, and we just didn't retrace right there. But yeah, that's it for Friday.